Question.
14th of December, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Oh, that means that Lou's coming in. Okay, welcome, Lou.
Hello, thank you.
We are we're just going through the this Gemora over here. We're speaking out and reviewing what it is that we've done so far. And so we have Rabbi Yavo on one hand to the principle of shlichus, and then you have Rabbi Abba. He's the main adversary over here. That he says no, that's no proof. It's all the Mishnayos in Erechin are not about a shlichus. You don't see any shlichus over there. What you see is that it depends upon the das of the makdish or the ma'arich, the one that made the neder to give to Beis Hamikdash, the one that was makdish his property to Beis Hamikdash. Depends on his das. He can control it. And then we had questions on that from other Mishnayos. Reb Zera brought up a question about the tefillin. We see that the tefillin was included in the property when the person was makdish his nechasim, and then Abaya came along and said, what did he answered that challenge. He said yes, it does go according to the das, like Rabbi Abba said, but it's not dependent on shlichus. But he wants to have his tefillin become hektish. Good morning, Roy. Welcome back, Amin.
Thank you.
Good morning and welcome back. Welcome back and good morning. Okay, so we're on 102B over here, and we're just speaking through what we've said so far the last couple of days about this matter of these Mishnayos over here in Erechin, about the women's clothing and the children's clothing, and about are they included?
You're breaking up.
To what?
You're breaking up.
Okay. All right. Bezos Hashem.
But now you're okay.
And then we got to Reb Oshia, and he brought another Mishnah in Erechin. This is the third Mishnah in Erechin. That it said over there, Chayve Arachin Memashkin Osan, the one that makes he says my value should be dedicated to the Beis Hamikdash, and the Gizbar makes a cheshbon, and he comes and he makes mashkon out of properties of that to fulfill the neder. And Rav Oshia said, "V'hidaito shel adam alatzmo lemishkano." Is this what a person wants? He wants that against his will they should come and make a mashkon, a collateral out of the properties in order to fulfill this ned that he made. Of course not, and so therefore he shows he therefore is proving that we see that the matter is not dependent upon the das of the person, and so if so that it's not dependent upon the das, so then we have to say it's dependent upon the shlichus, and that's why the gizbar can't get to the women's clothing, and that would prove the point of Rebbe Avo. And so, but we're not finished over here. Now we're up to the statement that says, Ella Amar Rebbe Abba. Ella Amar Rebbe Abba. This can be found
I've I've got on the right hand column 102b4. The first
Yeah.
first paragraphs. The first quoted paragraph. First
Okay,
given
so you want to
paragraph.
start the reading, Roy?
Elu Omar Rabbi Abba. Rather Rab Abba said, Kol HaMikdash, whoever consecrates his possessions, Na'asa Kami Shehakna Lahen, Kasus Ishtar V'banov Ma'akara is treated, whoever consecrates his possessions is treated as though he transferred the new clothing of his wife and his children to them beforehand.
So let's see. I don't think we have any Rashi on this. No, we don't have any Rashi on this. So Rabbi Abba is saying that when a person is makdish, he says when a person says my properties are dedicated to the Beis Hamikdash, they should become hektish. So it's nasa kamisha hikne lehen ksus leishto bonov mikara. It's we the halacha makes it as though he has uh, regards it as though he's already even though he owns them, the ksus ishto and Bonov. He owns the clothing of the children, but he has in mind to transfer them to the children and the wife before he makes the hektish of his properties. And that's the reason why the gizbar can't touch those properties, because he's the one who gave it to them to acquire before he enunciates his words of hektish. And right, so accordingly, what has he done over here? Rabbi Abba has, what he's done is that he's fixed up his statement about the das of the makdish. He said that it depends upon the das of the makdish, but he got flack on that from Rav Oshia and others. And but in any case, he's fixing that up in order to explain how it is that it works with the wife's clothing, that the Mishnah clearly said that the gizbar can't touch. He can't take that as a collateral for the thing for the dedication. So like that, he's still maintaining that we don't learn shlichus from that Mishnah. Shlichus is not the reason why, in other words, shlichus is not the reason why the gizbar cannot get at the women's clothing. Okay, that's where that leaves us. And now we go on to the next Gemora over here. It's related over here, and we'll see what we have over here. Tonu Rabbanan. Alan, will you like to read over here?
Just give me a second to get my safer.
Okay, for everybody else, it's the second wide line. about 8 lines from the bottom of the Amud. And conveniently enough, it starts at the beginning of the sentence, Tanu Rabbanan.
Uh, 102 before,
Yes.
the Gemara raised another objection, right?
No, the Gemara cites a brisa.
Opposite column.
Okay, got it.
You're muted. You're muted. You have to start again.
The Gemara cites a brisa, which after is clarified, will present a challenge to the sages of the West. Tana Rabbanan, the rabbis taught in the brisa, Chaluk Keach, Sodoa, B'Shem, Chavero. If one buys a field in the name of his fellow, Ain, Bokin, Oso, Lima, Kor, we do not force him to sell. Ve'im or Malo, Al Manuas, but if he said to him on condition that he will sell Bovin Oso, Lima Kor, we will force him to sell.
Okay. At least we have Rashi over here. Hopefully Rashi is going to help us out. What's going on over here and what this has to do with our sugya.
Okay,
But from what Alan read in the introductory remark of the art scroll, we see over here something that we might not have realized, that there's an issue over here with the Bnei Marava. Remember the Bnei Marava, they were the ones that started off this sugya, and they was the ones that said this the Kimi Hodio, the Baal Chitin. They were the ones that made fun of the statement of Rabbi Yochanan, and they said, did somebody tell the seller of the wheat that when he is selling it to the person he's dealing with the agent that was sent by the sender to purchase a different commodity, and now this person is changing and he's buying something else, and who told the owner of the wheat that when this person is buying it from him, that really sheyakna hitin lebal amos, that he should really have in mind to cause to acquire this chitin, the Baal Hamos. Baal Hamos is the one that has the money. Baal Hamos. That's what it means. Baal Hamos. He's the one that has the money. He's the one who sent this agent with the money that belongs to the sender, and to purchase this wheat. And in that case, we were trying to understand the brisa that said that if it goes up, the commodity goes up, they share in the profit, the emsa, and the Bnei Marava asked the question, how could it possibly be? Because the seller, he doesn't even know the identity of the balamos, the one that gave the money. He's not there in front of him, and how does he know to cause him to acquire the wheat when he's selling the wheat to the one he's selling it to, the agent who he's talking to is in front of him? So that was the point of the Bnei Marava. But now what the art scroll said was that this case with the Reish Galusa, and this person that's purchasing this field. This we're going to see from here something that has to do with this statement that the Bnei Marava said, that who told the Balachitim that he needs to sell the wheat to the person who's not there, and even though he's the one that gave the money, according to the Bnei Marava, they got to know, he's got to know who that there's somebody else that he doesn't see, who's that's the one that he should be makna this wheat to. Okay, so with that in mind, we're going to read the Rashi.
Rashi's a couple of lines later, because there's another. It's not just L'chero. There's a thing about it saying to the B'Shem Reish Galusa, which comes a little later.
Oh, I have that all as one dibra maskil. Sada mechavero b'shem reish galusa.
Right, but that's the next line down. The next line in the Gemara, he stopped before reading that in the Gemara. It's a little longer because I have to leave anyway.
Oh, you mean we didn't read that? Sada b'shem. Oh, it just says b'shem chavero. Oh, Rashi. Oh, look at that. Rashi seems to have.
No, but that's because it's later on in the Gemara. It's the next line in the Gemara is going to have that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe we should. So we didn't read that part. We didn't read that yet, Mike Omar.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, maybe we should read that before we read this Rashi. Micah Amar, Lou, you want to read the Micah Amar in the Gemara?
If I can find it.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4 lines up on the right hand.
Thank you.
End.
What is the Tana saying? Amar Rav Sheshis. Rav Sheshis said, Hachi Kamar. This is what he's saying. Halokeach Sadeh May Hero B'Shem Reish Galusa. If one buys a field from his fellow in the name of the Reish Galusa, Galusa Limkor.
But wait a minute, isn't it Ain?
Ain Kofin also. And that?
What did I miss? Let's see. Oh, Ain Kofin Oso Reish Galusa Limkor.
Ain Kofin Oso Reish Galusa Limkor, right.
We do not force him, that is the Reish Galusa, to sell. So he buys a field in the name of the Reish Galusa. We don't force the Reish Galusa to sell. Ve'im Amar Almanas. But if he said on condition, Kofin es Reish Galusa limkor, we force the Reish Galusa to sell. So it must be that when it says on condition, we fill that in. It says on condition that the Reish Galusa will sell a field.
Okay.
Probably in the Rashi.
Right.
I have to leave now. Sorry about that. So we'll catch up tomorrow. You could start reading the Rashi and I'll look it over and we'll talk tomorrow about it.
Okay, Phil. Sorry.
Right. And
To read.
while you're at that, I'll be leaving about 5-10 minutes earlier too. Sorry.
Okay, go to the kids.
You guys are all abandoning us.
Take care. Well, you'll do it, Ru, I'm sure. Take care.
Okay.
See you, Phil.
Take
Bye,
care.
Phil. Have a good day.
Please help me find where this Rashi is that you want me to read.
Okay, so this Rashi is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 lines up from the bottom of the Rashis. And it's the first word on the line. Halokeach sada mechavero shem resh galusa.
Halokeach sada mechavero b'shem reish galusa. He purchases a field from his friend in the name of the reish galusa.
Now, by the way, does everybody know who the Reish Galusa is?
No.
Who's the Reish Galusa?
He's the secular leader of the Jewish community.
Right. He's called the exilarch.
Mm.
When the Jewish people are in the exile, so he's the exilarch. The right. He's not a rabbinical figure, but he is he's a right. He's a person, right. Okay. We'll call him the president.
Shamar lo lemocher lezorech reish galusa. That he said to him, the mochar is the seller.
Yes.
That's
who he said it to.
So he said to the seller, what is lezorach?
Litzorech. It's a tzadi. Litzorech.
Zorech for the needs of the Reish Galusa.
Yes.
Ani lokacha v'nis kavein lahatio. I am buying it with the intention. What is lahatil?
Wait, before we get to that. She'amarlo lemocher. He's saying to this person is the buyer, and he's saying to the seller of this field, "Litzorek reish galusa ani lokcha." For the needs of the reish galusa, I am purchasing this field.
Right.
And now Rashi's going to explain us what's this guy doing this for.
Right. So he intends for something. I don't know what this word lahatil is.
To place.
He intends to place Ema Shalo Yitzo Ale Asikin. Okay, so I what's Ema?
Ema is like the word pachad. Pachad and Ema. Ema from the word Yomim Neroim.
So he says, I'm afraid that he won't want it.
Shelo Yotsu Aleha Asikin. Niskaven, he has the intention over here, lahatil Ema, to put down Ema, to put fear in the heart of this seller. Shelo Yotsu Aleha Asikin. That shouldn't go out upon this property asikin, issues. issues and troubles and all the things that can happen when people contend for property. So Rashi's explaining us that the reason that he's saying I'm buying this for the Reish Galusa is so the seller say, oh, I better not start up over here because I'm going to be starting up with the Reish Galusa, and that's not somebody to start up with.
So in other words, if there's something wrong with this property, then the buyer is hoping that the seller will back off and say, no, I don't want to sell it.
Okay.
Is that the idea?
That sounds like a very good possibility. I didn't think that far into it, but yeah, that would be one practical example of what Rashi's talking about when he says "Shelo yotzu aleh asikin." That certainly would be the main issue, right? That he doesn't even own the property. He's selling him the Brooklyn Bridge.
Uchesav ha-mocher star ha-mechira and the let's see, the seller will write a contract.
Mm-hmm.
What's mechira?
A sale. A sale contract.
A sales contract. B'shem Reish Galusa. And
yeah.
And the second thing is that the seller will write the contract, and when he writes the contract, it'll say, "I so and so am selling this land to so and so," and the second so and so is the Reish Galusa.
Exactly. In other words, this buyer here is representing himself to be an agent, but the real buyer over here, the one who's buying the property, is the Reish Galusa, and so therefore that's the implication that this person is putting down, and Rashi therefore is saying that it's going to come to ad kedei kach, that to such an extent that it's for the needs of the Reish Galusa, he's going to list the Reish Galusa in the contract. So the one who's, as far as he's concerned, well, as far as the buyer, as far as the seller is concerned, he's selling this property to the Reish Galusa. But really, Rashi told us that the real buyer here is this guy. He just mentioned he's just dropping names over here to make this guy toe the line, and that he's going to be he's not going to try to pull the wool over his eyes. So he mentions the Reish Galusa over here. This property is for the Reish Galusa. You should know. Yeah, sure, right. Yeah, you probably never met the Reish Galusa in your life. But in any case, the seller is taking it seriously, and the case that we're talking about is here. Rashi says that the actual name on the contract is the deed of sale is to the Reish Galusa. Okay.
Okay. Next, Rashi. Ein kofin Reish Galusa. We do not force the Reish Galusa. Lechazor ule kasuv star mechira shehu machrei lelokeach. We don't force him to go back and to write a sales document that he is selling to the purchaser Ve'im omer lo lokeach the mocher, and if the purchaser says to the seller, al minas sheyich tov li reish galusa, if the purchaser says to the seller, this is on condition that the reish galusa will write to me bishtar a contract lishmei shtar acher, in the name of another document, kofin reish galusa, we force the reish galusa lemachor to sell. Not following what the second document is about.
Okay. So you were alluding to this before, when you said like the Gemora must be saying in shorthand if the guy says almanas, and you said, yeah, you got to fill in what's the almanas over there. So
Right.
Rashi's filling in for us what's the almanas. So Rashi says ein kofin reish galusa lachzor b'liktov shtar mechira shu machar l'lokeach. We're not going to force. In other words, in the absence of the seller putting in this almanas clause into the contract, we're not going to force the reish galusa to go back and write a second shtar mechira, which states that he is selling the property back to the lokeach, the purchaser that was dealing directly face to face with the seller in regard to this property. Ve'im omar lo, but if the lokeach says to the mocher, to the buyer, to the seller, almanas. If he says to him almanas, and now Rashi fills in what's the almanas, on condition that what? On condition that sheyichtovli reish galusa bishmo lishmi shtaracher. If, let's translate, if it's almanas that the reish galusa will write to me in his name, bishmo in his name, lishmi in my name, a shtar acher, a second document, another document that states that this is what he's going to do. He's going to resell the property back to me, and so that's a stipulation that's written into the shtar, I believe. What does he say over here? How does he say it? If he says if he, the lokeach, the real purchaser, says to the buyer that this I told you that it's for the needs of the reish galusa, but I'm also telling you that this is going to be sold almanas. It's almanas that the reish galusa writes to me, that he writes to me this document that this document, and that document is a document of sale. So then in that case, so I see from here, it doesn't seem to me that according to Rashi, this almanas has to be written into the first contract. The first contract, on the face of it, is a contract that says that the seller is selling the property to the reish galusa, and it doesn't mention the name of the lokeach, and it doesn't mention this almanas clause. It doesn't mention anything. It's a straight sale from the mocher to the reish galusa. But the only thing is that if it's already enough that the lokeach mentions and states to the mocher that this contract that you're writing up is all almanas, is on the condition that sale is being negotiated on the condition that the Reish Galusa himself writes in his name into my name a different document of sale. In other words, that he's going to sell it to me. So in that case, now you could read the rest of the Rashi over here.
Okay, so it's almanas on condition sheyichtov li Reish Galusa, that the Reish Galusa will write for me bishmo lishmi in his name for my name.
Yeah, in my name. I think it's referring to that he is going to put his name in the place where it says the seller sells, and he's going to put in the lokeach's name in the place where it says who's the buyer.
Excuse me, I'll see you tomorrow, Matt Hashem. Thank you.
Day, Roy.
Thank you.
Okay, Roy, all the best.
I just want to ask a question, but I haven't got time. I assume it doesn't matter. I'll ask it tomorrow if I remember. Right, bye.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
you can send it on an email if you want.
Okay, so it's on condition that the Reish Galusa will write for me in his name for my name, a star acher, another document.
Comma,
I think there's a period. Is there a period after acher?
comma.
Comma. Okay. In which case, kofin Reish Galusa, we force the Reish Galusa limkor to sell.
Yeah.
I'm confused. That the Reish Galusa is writing another document. Why don't we just rely on that document? Why does he have to sell? Doesn't that document say that this property belongs to you, to the lokeach?
That was all oral. Im amarlo
Right.
lokeach. If
Right.
the lokeach says to the mocher, if he says to the mocher, this first document is all almanas. Right, the chalos, the effectiveness of this first document that's being written, that says that the mocher is selling the property to the Reish Galusa, is going to be effective only almanas, and this he's the lokeach is just saying these words orally.
Right, but the next word after
the guy,
sheyik tov, that he writes.
Yeah, but he didn't write anything yet. He's saying to the guy almanas that the Reish Galusa will do this. That's an oral clarification of what the first document is providing for. The first document is a straight sale from the seller to the Reish Galusa, and that's what the first document is going to be written up as. That's what Rashi said in the previous Rashi. But now Rashi's saying that if the lokeach will stipulate orally, didn't say that he wrote anything down. If he will stipulate orally with him that this is all almanas. This is all only on condition that the Reish Galusa will write a second document to me in his name, into my name. So if he orally stipulates in that way, so then Rashi says, Kofin Reish Galusa limkor, then we will force the Reish Galusa to actually write such a document. That's what we'll force him to do. We'll force him to write that document, which was not written up. It was only an oral stipulation that was made by the lokeach to the mocher.
So you're translating the word limkor as to write a document?
To sell.
So it doesn't say to write a document, it says to sell.
Okay, so but that's what selling entails. Selling entails selling, and the way to sell is that the seller writes up a sale document that states that he is the owner of the property and he is selling the property to the lokeach.
Okay, I see.
All right. So that's good.
I think it's clear. I don't like the wording, but I understand the way you explained it. That the way you explained it is what makes sense to me.
Okay.
I quite often have trouble with Rashi's wording. So it's not unusual.
Go over it again. The best solution is to go over it again and see for yourself that how the words fit in.
When I was in America, I used to write out the Rashi.
Wow.
Translate it literally, and then I would write it again with a non-literal translation. And by the time I did that, by the time I had the literal translation and the non-literal, I guess you could say summary, next to each other, I finally could understand it. It took a long time to do all that writing. I have books, I have pages and pages of all that writing. I hate to throw it out because I put so much work into it, but I never look at it.
Well, if you ever want to know if you run across that Rashi again, then you have all your work to look at.
Right. That's why I keep the books. If
You could consult it.
learn it again, it's Bava Metzia. If we learn it again, then I'll pull out those books and I'll be ahead of the class. Okay. Thank you, Rabbi. I appreciate your help.
Okay, very good.
What is your plan for Hanukkah? In terms
The
of
plan for Hanukkah is to learn as regular. I'm planning on being here for Hanukkah. Yeah.
Great. Excellent. Okay, me too.
Bezrat Hashem.
We may have an outing here or there, but I don't know what time they'll be. So great. Excellent.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Yeah, Hanukkah's coming.
Have a good day. See you tomorrow, Mitzvah Hashem.
Bezrat Hashem. Yashikoyach.
Baruch Tiyeh.